Hey everybody, it's Jeff with Eagle Lodge Farm, and today I'm coming to you with a new project for our farm, and that is we're going to be getting ready for our new pigs. We got 6 Berkshires that are coming here in just a couple days, and this year we're doing something different. We had aspirations of doing it last year. Life did not cooperate. It just was not realistic for us to do it. But this year we're putting them in a spot where we're going to be rotating them throughout the property, having them work, clearing the land, clearing some spots that are going to be new pasture for other animals. But long story short, we're putting them into a new spot. They've been in a I don't know, it's like a 60 by 60, 75 by 75, I don't even know what it is, spot, basically a square for the last couple of years, and they have beat that down to the point where it's just this barren wasteland of a pig pen, and it's not at all what we want. It's not at all what we aspire for on our property. We want animals to be as healthy as possible. We want them to work the property as much as possible, and we got away from it because life got away from us. And this year we're taking control back, and we're going to start a new project, which means they're going to move into a new temporary home. It's actually a lean-to that I threw up uh, hastily, not a couple months ago before the winter, but the winter before that, so like 18 months ago. I did that because we had put a some cows out in a new spot for the winter, and again in northern Wisconsin, we wanted to make sure that they had a wind block and some things to just kind of keep them warm throughout the winter. They never use it. They just don't. They're Highlands. They're hardy. They don't really care for barns, and it is what it is. So it's time to put this to use, and we're going to put the pigs in here. I'm going to put some electric wiring along the base of this because honestly, they're just some OSB boards that are there. They'd push that or dig under it or damage it somehow, some way. And obviously, I'm trying to avoid that. But more importantly, I'm trying to train them from the get go to respect the electricity so I can move them around the property. Right now, we've got this amazing piece of property that's completely overgrown, and this is where we put our Highlands in for the winter. And you can sort of see the thickness of this brush, and it's still the springtime here, so nothing's actually been sprouting up just yet. But we've got some water in here. We got another spot where we got some water cut out here. But bottom line is they're going to move all around in here, and then eventually on the other side of the property they will get to a spot where we're going to put in a new pasture for our cows, and but we're going to use them to go through and kind of clean that up a bit before we seed that and before we get that situated for them. So I'm excited. This is a couple years in the making. I hope this will go as well as we hope, because it could be an amazing gift for our property to really cut down and feed. Obviously, for them to being able to rummage throughout and forage throughout the property, clean it up, and keep them healthy, happy, and hopefully that turns into better tasting bacon when it's all said and done. So follow along, if you will, throughout the summer. We'll be definitely doing some cuts to see how that's going. But in the meantime, I got to get a couple things in place to get them ready, because they come in 2 days. So we got a quick, and it's going to rain from basically tonight until then. So I got to get cracking on getting this place prepared. Nobody said being frugal and resourceful on a homestead was easy. When you have knots like this, but you've got the material and you've already paid for it, sometimes you just got to put in the work to get it undone and untangled to make it work. tell you what, I think this will work out all right. I've got that wire running around the base all the way around, and I used a combination of what I had laying around in terms of posts. I've got this coming out. It'll come out and it'll connect to the solar, which is south facing here, east facing there. So there's a lot of sunlight that'll keep that nice and charged. And if I'm really on top of things, because this is a ways away from my house or a water source. Now I've got water right there, and I got water that's all kind of connected. We've got a spring on our property, and we've got the water in those couple spots that I've got down there. But if I'm really on top of it, I've got a 12 by 16 roof here that's ever so slightly slanted. I'm no carpenter, but if I put a gutter here, I could probably get that to fill right into this. And I am in love with this water tank. I don't know if other people have had pigs and water issues or how to do it, but I like this water tank. I don't have it full, obviously, but the idea is water will come right in here. Pigs and water are a problem. I'm hoping this will be a solution that's contained and they can't toss it around, or choose not to anyway. Maybe that's a pipe dream. It's probably a pipe dream, but it's certainly going to be a step up from where we were. And I don't know, is this 150 gallons maybe? Whatever it is, it'll hold at least a handful of days worth of water. And if I can get it connected to the gutters, then even better. Now, of course, we will be rotating these guys around. So the idea of this gutter system that may only be short-lived in terms of a value, but I do actually have some gutters laying around, some old gutters that we might be able to use and repurpose. So if we can, that's great. But otherwise, I gotta put a couple T-posts to put in the hog panel up, reinforce that, and I need to get the charger for the electric fence. Otherwise, I think we're pretty much ready. So I'm excited, and now it's moving on to the next project, which is getting the cows onto a new pasture, get them off this spot where the pigs are going to come, and move them into a new paddock. So the work never stops on a homestead, but I hope this has been a blessing to you all, just to be able to see some ideas, get some inspiration. I know for me, that was the big thing, why we wanted to get this channel up and running. When we started, we literally moved from the city to the country and didn't even have aspirations of starting a homestead, to be completely honest. That was just a God thing that just kind of pushed us in this direction, and we've been learning the hard way all along. And that's really where I want to be able to bring some inspiration, some wisdom, some learn from my mistake kind of thing to you. But hopefully this gets you some ideas, at least on pigs, because we love pigs, both in terms of what they can do for the property, what they can do for our bellies, and how they can help us not be wasteful, because they will consume just about anything that you think is waste. So it's a good thing to have on the homestead. If you don't, please consider it. But stay tuned. We got more to come. This is just scratching the surface of what we got going on here. But you guys have a blessed day, and we'll catch up soon.